Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unwind with D&T, where we unwind on our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. I'm Devo.
And I'm Tommy.
And let's get right into our unwind of the week. Tell me what's your unwind of the week, girl.
Girl, so my unwind of the week is the whole Tristan drama, with Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Mm.
They finished the season off, and of course, that's the last episode. And honestly, when I was watching it, I felt for Chloe just having to film and live that because man, that guy, he needs to get a he needs to get things chipped or clipped or whatever they call it because he has so many children running around these days. And I just feel like it's not fair to Chloe because you say that you love her, you want to be in a relationship with her, but then you're doing this. Doesn't make sense. Even after the 30 birthday party, the 30th birthday party that she did for you, that's literally disgusting. You have no morals, and this is why most women have so much energy towards men. Me, I'm kind of calming down now. I've calmed down a bit, but yeah.
No, I agree. It's so sad to watch. She just threw your party and you do that to her. That means he must have been in contact with the other lady a long time, right? I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. But that's so sad. How can you walk into a party knowing what you're about to do and smile in her face?
As in,
at least end it, or at least Courtney was saying that obviously what he's done is disgusting. Give her a heads up. Hey, this is going on.
Come, to find out with the public.
Yeah, own your truth. Own what you've done. Chloe, at this point, honey,
leave him.
It should be a high and a bye. Legit.
Amen. Amen.
High and a bye. That should be it. Only interactions with your child. Even then, honestly, she's nicer than me.
No, for real. For real.
I can't. But
I just feel bad too because she basically made the house for the family home, and it's you to live there sad. And everything. It's wow. Honestly,
she just
Chloe,
wants that family.
I'll live with you.
We will do it.
I'll live with you.
We are a joint team. Chloe, you wouldn't even notice we're there, honey. We'll help you out. We can babysit, whatever you need, child.
I am babysitting. Why do you say that?
Because we're good sitters.
The greatest sitters.
But Chloe, we got a job too, honey, and a life. So our service, we can babysit with the nannies. I think that's a better idea. We'll help with the
But then when you do realize that, I'm sure the nannies babysit the cousins too when they come over. I'm sorry, I love Kim's kids. I love Courtney's kids, but all together, and I love Rob's kids, but all together, man.
I know. They're all so adorable, but we only signed up for one. And in the event that you do need babysitters for the multitude, we'll need a lot of help. Yeah, we're just saying. So,
and I don't like children that talk. And I don't like children that talk. So,
well, I don't know if this profession would be good for you because they're all talking age. Do you want to get the job or not?
Sure, yeah. The money pays well.
Okay, good. This is only a temporary thing because we're busy girls. Anyway, we can talk about that later. You can comment down in our podcast and we'll hit you up. My unwind this week, you guys, I don't know if you're into Jersey Shore, but I never watched Jersey Shore back in the day, but now I watch Jersey Shore Family Vacation. And let me tell you, it is entertaining. The new season, I know I'm on weekly. The thing about me with new episodes, I don't know if you're like that. I don't watch it right away. I don't get hyped. I get hyped on my own time. If something's this new show is out, I don't watch it the day it's out. I'll probably watch it maybe a day after, 2 days, sometimes a week. And I'm so busy, right? Life gets in the way that watching a show is really not my priority. But I just saw the first episode. I don't know what season, maybe season 5, 4, I'm not sure. But it's looking good, honey. So if y'all Jersey Shore fans, comment down below. Angelina, who? The tea is piping. It just feels like drama filled. And I know drama sells. And I am here for it. And I'm just so excited. But I just thought I should unwind on Jersey Shore. If y'all fellow Jersey Shore watchers, let me know down below. How do you think the season is going to play out? Because the trailer was, we got wine being thrown. We got people crying, yelling at each other. Angelina and her, it's the same storyline with Angelina and her relationship, but now she's filed for divorce, or maybe he filed, and it's looking very ugly. So that's kind of sad. But anyway, let's get right into it, y'all. So I don't know if it was an episode or two ago, we were discussing post grad, post grad blues and what we've learned thus far. And looking back, we're like, you know what? Let's give you guys the gems, especially for the kids who are just getting into uni. Let's give you a little tip or two here from your big sis. Let's hook you up to make your life easier. Things we wish we knew. Looking back, I'm like, wow, would I have done some things differently? Absolutely. But a fact that I feel like you don't realize will cause you stress as much as it did is roommates, arrangement, and where to live. Like that alone, I feel like at times can be more stressful than the school I came for. Why does it got to be so dramatic? Rewind. First year I lived on res. It was a 2-person room. My roommate and I got along so well. Honestly, when you see opposites attract, it was so perfect. Back then, I know it's hard to believe, Tony, I was a morning person and she was more of a night person. I know.
Phone.
Shocker. I know. Promise I was. When I was 3-4 years ago, I was a morning person. Now, girl, I done gone older, honey, and I do not want to be getting up. Like, I enjoy
don't blame it on age.
It is, and I know I'm young.
Because we're the same age, and I get up like this.
You're different. You're a different breed. Tommy's weird. She'd be the person that'd be getting up 4 hours before an event. Where are you going? It's down the street. But that's a talk for a different day. But yeah, like we got along so well, it was just a good vibe. Like we literally had no issues. And also we never really hung out in the room because I always hung out with you. We're everywhere. Like it was good. I genuinely enjoyed living with her. She was such a sweet girl. Second year came around, at that point I had met you, and then we moved with 2 other girls. And at times it was good. Like we had such good vibes. It was literally like a slumber party every day. And other times it was just high schoolish. It was like unnecessary drama. And when we would look back, we're like, was it really that serious? Third year was better. Still a little bit of drama. And then fourth year, I kid you not, me and Toby looked at each other and were like, why didn't we do this sooner? It was just me and her. It was so nice. We felt like adults, I guess. We had a mini fridge. It was great. But that is just my history of residence. Tell them about you.
Okay, so my first year, I lived with 5 other girls. We each had our own rooms, which I love. Because if you know me, I don't like people in my space. Like I don't like, I don't like people in my space. Like I like having the option to close my door. I'm tired of you, and just like, okay, I'm gonna go in my room now, kind of thing. So that was really nice. We really had good times. I can never forget. First year was just I loved first year. It was such a vibe for me. Second year I lived with a couple of friends. Same with third year, and fourth year was just me and Debo. Second and third is pretty interesting. I don't know what to say.
To say the least.
Yes, I'm gonna put it as interesting. Like it's just a lot of petty things going on, and like I'm like, if you know me, I'm the kind of person that if you argue with me, I'm literally just like, okay, cool, because I really don't like the back and forth. Like I just like the back and forth. It's a bit crazy and a bit annoying. So I kind of just learned to remove myself from situations, good or bad. Unfortunately, it ended badly, but we grow, we learn, and we came back better than ever, I guess. Most people say don't live with your roommates. Sorry, don't live with your friends. Don't live with your roommates.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but don't live with your friends. I can see why they say that, but honestly, I kind of disagree because I lived with you for like
3
years. So I don't see anything wrong. I think it depends on like who the friend is. Because for example,
I agree.
When it came to like washing dishes, we will never leave dishes in the sink. We'll all wash it before going to bed, or like you will wash the dishes, or like I will cook, kind of thing. So we kind of alternated. So I think it just like depends on like how you guys look at it. Like if you know this one's gonna drive you crazy, just leave them in the house. Go live with someone else. Don't live with them because they're gonna drive you crazy.
True.
And that can potentially impact your time at uni, right? So I think it's very important to keep that in mind. But my first year was a blast. Like to this day, like wow. Like the only thing that I can remember happening is when two of the 5 people that we lived in went behind our back to go report something that it wasn't that deep. They went to go tell them that we were having parties. Tell me, is five people or more a party? Like that's a small get together.
That's a gathering or a get together. Yes.
Dictionary. So like we have to deal with that. And like my roommate, because I had a roommate that lived across with me, and she was fuming that day. And like she didn't like the 2 people that reported, and the 2 people that reported didn't like her. So I was really in the middle. That was a great time. I never forget that day. So like we had to kind of change where we hung out, because that's where we normally will hang out. So we kind of had to hang out somewhere else. But honestly, can we talk about bedtime? Who goes to bed at 8 o'clock at
honestly, unless you're like a grandma. But I don't know what you'd be doing at uni, but I'm just saying. But it's true.
8 p.m. The night's just getting started. Like, there's parties to attend. Not parties, mom and dad. Get-togethers. Small
get-togethers. Y'all know what we mean when we say get-togethers.
Exactly. So, like, it's just, and our one thing I did like about University of Lethbridge is that they had like contracts, like roommate contracts. I honestly don't think we did one in our 4th year. I don't think we did one.
No, we didn't. I promise you. Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah, because I think they were asking for it, like, oh really? You don't need one.
Yeah, we just got along so well. I think it also has to do with personality. We're basically the same person. Obviously, we have slight differences. But our like cleaning habits, routine was like super similar, although you're more of a weird person than I was. But that wasn't even an issue. Like, I remember like using washrooms and stuff would be an issue in like 2nd and 3rd year, like washroom time. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. But that we never had an issue with like taking turns using the wash. Like, it was just such good vibes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think with roommates, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes opposites are good, and sometimes similarities are good, and sometimes it can be bad, right? Because 2 people were so similar. But looking back, I'm like, a lot of the issues could have been resolved. It was just a lot of high school mentality that was still taking place. That was like, oh, this one's friends with this one, and that one has their little. It was like a them against us mentality a lot of times. It was like unnecessary. But yeah, I remember the whole spiel of like, oh, you guys had a party, or had people over, and that was a whole issue. But
yeah, like honestly, I never forget that day. I think I was just like, what is going on? Like, wow, shocked. It is pretty shocking, because it's like I think I like to think that respect is earned. You don't really demand respect. So I think that like when it comes to like respecting other people's space, especially relating to people, you have to kind of keep it mutual, right? So I think that's something that people don't really understand. But moving away from like roommates, what about school? Like the school life. Let's talk about that. Like, what's one thing that you can tell fellow people when it comes to studying? Like, would you rather study in the library? Like, of course, it really depends on who you are. But what's your experience of studying in the library, or like at home on your bed? Or
you might not be targeting me. I did not know what you're talking about. I may have dozed off sometimes. It was boring. And my bed is so comfortable, but I still did really well. Okay. I don't know. I'm somebody, you know me. I try to study like weeks in advance, but that's not me. I guess I get motivated when things are close. Mm-hmm. And I'm more of like an all-nighter. Like, I will pull whatever I need to in order to get what I need to get, Mm-hmm. If I need this grade, I will stay up whatever time. I don't always recommend, right? You can only do that for some classes. But things that are memorization based, I can pretty much get away with it with like 2-3 days of studying. If I just sit there and that's all I do all day long. But if I have other things, then it gets stressful. But I would say school life, I really enjoyed uni compared to high school. I thought high school was just ridiculous. Like, the things we got stressed out over in high school was just so silly compared to like university. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed my time. Obviously, some classes were difficult as expected because I was in the sciences. You guys, if you're going to the library with more than 4 friends, you're just going there just to waste your time and twiddle your thumbs. Like, how are we going to the library and then people will be playing music on their phone and people are just sitting there? The books, nowhere to be found. Backpack, not in attendance. Mm-hmm. What do we see? Food, open wide up. People are having a freaking lunchtime at the library. A feast, my sister. It was a potluck at this point. I'm like, is this the library or are we at an event? But I just felt like sometimes, generally though, I will say some people generally came to study for real, for real. Like they got with their friends, they got a table, they sat down. For me, library was not productive. I did not, I guess, even if I was by myself, if people were walking and I was trying to study, I'm very sensitive to noises, walking, talking, even though you're whispering, it just annoyed me.
Yeah.
So I got invited to the library more times than I can count. I was like, oh, come with us. You're in our bio, come study. And I'm like, yeah, no, it just doesn't work for me. I like secluded area in my room with my own thoughts. Again, I have weird ways to remember stuff. I just like to be by myself. I don't get anything out of group studying. Yeah. And you saw it. It was not much studying going on. It was just a lot of talking. Just do with your friends, pretending to go on walks. They'll go on walks around the school for another half an hour. My sister, why are you at Starbucks? A walk was not involve Starbucks. But that was my take on it.
That's fair. I think for me, like if I would get invited to the library, I would take something that's not really serious. Meaning that like if it's like a paper, I like to like write papers while I'm watching like Netflix or something. Like that's how I write my papers. So like I can have people talking, whatever, do what you want to do. But if it's like for exam, I need my space, my time, because I'm quite the opposite, right? Like I have an exam, say it's June 29th. Like, I can exam July 27 or something. I will start studying now. I would start writing flashcards, doing everything now.
Yeah.
Then each day I would read, review things and slowly towards the day. By the time July 27 is done, I can say the whole slideshow back and front. So I feel like it's different. But I personally won't study with people either because my study, how I learn is different from how people learn. And I feel like a lot of people, when you tell them, oh, I don't want to study with you, they kind of take it offensive. Like, no, I'm just putting myself first. I think that's something I learned after uni that I didn't really do. Like, I always put other people first when it came to like things of school or things of like hanging out. I always put people first instead of putting my own needs first and stuff, which kind of bit me in the back. Bite me in the back. Bit me in the... You get the butt. Yeah. So so I think that's something. Put yourself first. Know your limits. Know where you can say yes and where you can say no. If you can't go to hang out, tell them I can't go. And if they don't want to be your friend, they won't be your friend in the first place. Like it's fine. Like, but also learn to have fun as well. As much as parents say school, the 4 years you experience in uni, you never get those 4 years back. I'm telling you right now, you don't get those back. Like I can tell you, like we went to the culture show. We went to cabarets. We went to wing night. We went to what else did we do? I'm trying to think.
We went to certain places on Fridays and Saturdays, but that one is just back to those get-togethers.
Like I think like from like first, second, and I think first year I was really like into like student stuff. Second year I was like there. Third year, I kind of got tired of it. I was like, no, this is...
we got tired.
Fourth year, I don't think we even went out, if I'm being honest.
No, we did. We were grandmas. We hung out with each other.
Yes, and we hung out with one of my friends too. Like, she'll come over. We'll watch a movie. We'll get wings. Like, our fun night was to get McDonald's, watch a movie.
Yes, KFC. Yeah.
Oh, Chinese. And DQ was just down the road from us. So honestly, it did not help us.
You guys know I don't like walking on a good day, but I will walk for some DQ, honey. I love shoppers. I sometimes would be in winter. And winter.
No, we struggled.
It was close, but not super close. But I would still walk. I'm like, Tommy, we are going. Let's go. And then me and Tommy together are cheap $99. We would do the little coupons. And then do the little like $5 off if you buy the 2 for 1. And since it was 2 of us, we were so good at like saving and stuff too and buying stuff. It was nice.
Because I will say we're smart with our money, like
no, we were.
It's hard to be in uni, and especially if you're not working like part time.
Exactly, which we weren't. Yeah.
So you need the money. I don't know how I even got my money back then. Oh wait, I think I had money from my job, but actually I don't remember. I
saved up a lot during the summer, and of course my dad would hook me up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how did I survive? I think I got money like allowance, but not really allowance. I think I'll just randomly see money in my account. I'm like, oh wow, I'm not broke.
Exactly. And we worked summer, so we saved up a bit from that too.
That's true.
Like during the
That's
summers, I
true.
worked all 4 months. So
Yeah.
and it's not like we really bought that much. It was more of like
No.
treats and stuff, but we enjoyed ourselves.
Oh, girl.
Really is such a time for growth. Like I think back, I'm like, wow, I cannot
Yeah.
believe we're 24. It feels like we were 19 yesterday. Like I wish I could go back and really like, that's one advice I would say is like, when you're younger, you often look forward to be older, right? To experience those
Yeah.
things. But live in the moment because it's like it goes by so fast. A year
It
goes
sure
by so
does.
fast. Your 20s go by fast. We're already mid-20s. Can you believe that? By the time we're 30, I'm like, oh my God, that's just
That's
crazy. But just
crazy. That's crazy.
continue to live in the moment. But we had some good
Absolutely.
old times. And
Oh, girl.
were there those profs that you were like, oh girl, any prof stories?
Oh my God, yes.
So
Oh,
you had a couple.
oh
You
my
had a
God.
couple.
So what I even begin? Let me go from, I think my second year, I had human nutrition. And to this day, oh my days. I remember the name of the teacher. I remember what she looks like. I remember what class I was. That's how deep this class was for me. So I remember going to ask her a question because that's what profs are for, to ask questions after a lecture.
Exactly.
And I remember her telling me to look in the textbook. I was like, textbook? What do you mean textbook? Like I was so confused, right? So I think things like that. And another one is this one prof marked me so bad. Oh, guys, I've suffered. I suffered. It was terrible.
No,
It was.
no, you have. But I would say a thing I would note, another way to finesse the system, not in a bad way, but with buying textbooks. Oh my God. Did we spend money for stupid textbooks we did not need? You guys.
Remember the one
caution.
from my bed?
Don't remind me. You dragged me into that. I said we didn't need it. Now I'm just gonna get it. We're just gonna get it. Fine.
Listen.
First mistake of my life.
Listen, let me explain. Let me defend myself. That was second year Melissa told me, Melissa, whatever.
I should not have listened to you. It was expensive. We didn't open that book not once. If they tell you to buy a textbook, you guys really like go to the class the first week.
Yeah.
And if you feel you need it, that's not to say you won't need some textbooks. But if I'm being honest, if it's not like what's that called? Like a memoir or something you're doing like a book study on, do not waste your money. Or if you need more explanation of the topic, then yes, I would recommend buying the book because it will help you, right? Because some topics, like you did public health, a lot of the textbooks were useful for you. But
that's the human nutrition one.
Exactly. If your prof explains well enough, you don't need the textbook. But if it's like, oh, we're doing a novel study on this historical person, then of course you need it. And if you're going to be talking about the characters in the book, you need the book. But another thing I did was I used the free trials. So I would sign up for I think it was 20-day free trials. And then I would sign up again for another 20-day free trial with a different email. This is a little finesse. Because if you think about it, there was 4 months in the semester. But you actually went to class for 3 months of it. So in essence, you only really need the book for 2 months-ish, right? And then, but that's what I did. I'm not going to lie. I would use those free trials up if they were digital. Or you could also get a friend, split it. Maybe you and your friend could split the cost. They have the book. You can share it within each other. Find ways to save money because it is a struggle out here in these streets, honey.
And resell as much as you can. I know Lethbridge has a resell group where you can post your stuff and you just resell, which is amazing. I also know that some profs will actually upload PDF, right? So I think in my first year I was so eager to buy all the books I could, right? But then second year, third year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until the first class because sometimes you end up dropping, right? So you don't want to buy the book. I remember I don't think I bought the book. I did this neuro class. Don't ask me why. I decided to do this neuro class because it was just, for fun, not really funs and giggles, but I ended up dropping the class ASAP because I got my first midterm. I was like, yeah, nah, this is going to drop my GPA. Let's not do that. So I think I happened to not buy the book. I think we shared the book at one point.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Yeah.
Which is really nice. So yeah, share. What is one thing that if you could go back to uni, I mean, you've been to uni already, but you didn't really go into what's one thing that you could do again if you had the chance to do?
That I enjoyed?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I would say I would spend even more time with people I met, because a lot of the people I met now, I don't see them, like I said, because everyone lives in different provinces. So I did try to spend time, but I would say I would spend even more time. And I'm happy with the group of friends I made, because I still talk to them till today. They're lifelong people that I see myself, developing with. I met there, so that was fun. So I would say spend even more time, and also live in the moment, not worry about, next year and this year. Just things will play out as they may. So just enjoy where I'm at. What about you?
I would experience more and like try to like do different things.
That's a good one.
I know that at times, like I would like, if you see like my, Snapchat, whatever, that, oh, let's go, I was going now. But like, honestly, like I only go out to like events once in a while. I know that we had like the culture show. I really like the culture show. First year culture show. Wow.
It was so good. I still have videos from that night. It was so good. Such good memories.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And like I would experience more. I would probably like maybe like join different clubs out there. Save my money on like Haroba. What was it? Oh, that was
Haroba was our treat.
I remember I used to fight with them too. Debo used to give me like this 10% card thing.
Yes.
I used to put it in my wall, and I still have it. I was like, oh my god!
Wow. You do, yeah. I did give you the 10%. Yeah.
I think stuff like that. But I would probably experience more. Like I would have done more to like meet new people and not just stick to the people I know, because like at the same time, yes, the people that you know are always gonna be your people, but I felt like I needed to like meet more people, engage more, with different types of group out there. But yeah, that's kind of like my regret. What's your biggest lesson in the 4 years that you were able to pick up on?
Oh, my biggest lesson will always be yourself, which I feel like I always try to do. Again, stay in the moment, be open, have a balance. Have a balance between school and play and like hanging out or whatever the case may be. And a big thing is like the way you learned in high school or whatever study strategies you use is going to shift a lot. And I knew that going in, and I was warned, but you really don't know until you're there. So have different strategies in place and try different things. Maybe it's flashcards, whatever makes you remember stuff. Flashcards was never really my thing, and I tried so hard, but eventually I got the groove of what works for me. But high school studying and uni studying, not the same, even in first year.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with you on that. I would say probably the same thing as you. One thing I learned is I was able to learn a lot about myself in that 4 years.
Yes.
You're able to see what pushes you, what are your limits and all that. So what makes you in a way. So it's kind of nice.
That's true.
And it kind of has a huge impact on who I am today. Like if you know me now, I'm not really, most people say you haven't changed, but like I would say I've changed. Like physically I may have not changed anything, but mentally, emotionally, I've been able to see things that like see things differently than I would back then.
Different perspective.
Yeah. So I was able to grow myself. I knew like my likes, my dislikes, who I wanted to be friends with, things like that, and how that kind of shaped my adult life. But yeah, like I loved uni, and like I'm back in school right now. So like I think it's different because now I'm doing it from home. Like I'm not really around different people, which honestly I'm not complaining. Like I love my peace and quiet with my schoolwork and everything, but it varies for different people. But yeah.
No, I agree. Well, with that being said, you guys, let us know your biggest lessons you've learned from uni. Maybe if you're a freshman, you're getting into uni and you want any advice, please comment down below. We'll be open to giving you our little insight. What are you most excited for? Maybe if you're just going into university, and let us know. Keep that conversation going. Tell me, where can they find us?
They can find us on Instagram at @onlinepodcast_, TikTok onlinepodcast4, Spotify online podcast, as well as Apple Podcasts. Make sure you give us a rating out of 5. We love 5s. We love 4.5s. We also love feedback. We also have a YouTube channel. on one podcast. Give us a subscribe. Honestly, all these like follow subscription. It's hard to keep along.
Exactly. Thumbs up, comment, like.
Yes. Subscribe, share with your friends, your mom, your uncle, anyone that needs uni.
Amen. Your grandma, your great niece, Aunt Sally.
You might know who might be going to uni for the first time. You never know.
Well, with that being said, we'll see y'all next week.
Yes. Bye.